the end, though, I mean, these are two very strong teams, and we've got a lot of games that we kind of expect to be one-sided, but I honestly have no idea what to expect from this one, although Vizichachi, not quite so comfortable. He's going to get burned down here for sure. No chance to call the Meek again, no chance to heal up. First blood drops for H2k.
I really like that movement there, going to the blast cone as the fights, because they're almost exclusively fighting attack damage-based champions, and it's so good to get Tabis versus them.
Yeah, I mean, you look at it, Camille, so much of that damage, auto attacks, Graves.
Yeah. Auto attacks.
Graves, Ash.
Auto attacks.
Look at that. Not even a Lich Bane from Ari. Odoamne, though, he's definitely caught out.
Auto attacks.
Auto attacks.
His Ninja Tabi did not save him. H2k have 5 control wards in their inventories. They're ready to play the vision game, but Unicorns of Love are not allowed to be done pretty soon right now. It's too hard for H2k to do anything.
Nothing they can do. Tempered Fate. Exile maybe can look for the fall. Blocks up Nuclear. Che on the front line still. Unicorns Love, they get the Baron. They're just going to look to keep the push going. Hillisang, though, maybe looking to start a fight. That's not what you want to do! Don't take the journey! Oh, but Chachi's still alive. He's still dishing out the damage, but now he's locked up. Samix, it's all on you. Can you save the day? Unicorns of Love, have you thrown the game away? And yes, H2k, they're going to pick it right back up.
When somebody offers you a magical journey that looks too good to take, at least
magical journey for H2k, that's for sure.
Sometimes, man, you start with a small portal. That's the problem, you know. And then you get the walls get bigger and bigger, and you're like, okay, I can make this. Oh, I can outflank them, and then you realize your team is going in by one. This is like the conga line of destruction. Strikers, this is okay. It's fine. Exil's half HP. I love the commitment though. Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Simons is like, guys, is this a great idea? I'm helping. I'm coming.
It's like, guys, the Renekton was supposed to go first. Like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes a lot more sense.
Top lane stream later, because then these kind of small matchups, these small little tricks will obviously get highlighted before they even happen.
Yeah.
Now Odoamne has seen it firsthand as well, because Chachi knew, saved that second dash for the E from the hook there from Camille, and then used it to block her. Really, really well played, and that's what I really like here. Like the matchups were explosive. Like every single lane matchup, there was outplay potential. There was no like boring tank matchups anywhere. It wasn't farm lanes or anything.
No.
And then we got to see these players show the highest level skill, you know, match against each other here in Europe. And
such a catastrophic top lane matchup again, and I think they will still close out 2-1. Obviously, my prediction was 2-0.
You don't have to highlight it, it's okay. Only highlight when you're right.
Yeah.
How we said that Chachi was an all-in player, high, you know, that was a good point. So see it happen right there. Only remember to highlight the good ones.
Oh my God, you guys are so sweet to each other. Well, we are going to take a quick break because they need some alone time.
Like
Game 2 between H2k and the Unicorns of Love is coming up right after this. Don't move that mouse.
I mean,
I just want to find myself a girl that looks at me the way Odoamne looks at Jankos.
It's Romeo and Juliet.
Well, they both died. Just like last game.
Oh, hey, that worked out. Well, welcome back to the LCS. Truly touching clip about H2k, but you can hear from our audience that they're just excited to see more Unicorns of Love. And
or they like screaming, you know, maybe that. But there's actually a really cool article online about the relationship between Odoamne and Jankos. Even if you maybe not consider this pick that strong on the patch, yes, Dracos, you're right, you don't have to start victory dancing right here. Comfort picks removed from the Unicorns, I think is strong. In a game 2, you don't need to always consider what is meta, where was the drafting mistakes. Take away their strongest champions from game 1, and then see what they fire at you.
And that was the same strategy coming into game 1, right? That's why they took away things like the Ivern, things like the Shen. They're like, we're not going to give you anything that you've been successful in the past. Now the Ivern's left available, but I mean, when you look at it, you got to be much more scared of that Renekton, much more scared of that LeBlanc.
And now, obviously, the reactionary Camille ban comes out. What's happening top lane, though?
Back there, Vizichachi in trouble. Cersei on the way up. Vizichachi going to flash to safety. Jankos has you overcommitted. Staggering blow, no Titan's Wrath.
Really well played. Vizichachi tried to force a juke right there. He tried to outplay them with the flash, but it actually was Odoamne surprisingly. He's out of range. There's no flash on Vizichachi anymore. Odoamne very comfortable.
You can see both of these players heavily involved in the early game.
And that's the thing. Odoamne still lost that matchup, and this is what marks Vizichachi as such a great top laner, because a lot of people are, when they looked at the article that came out about Stats 101, and they wondered why is Odoamne not first on all these metrics. It's because actually, in performance, they're very similar, right? But in terms of jungle proximity...
It's the hook. Make sure he can't get out. Jay.
Castle zone
right clicks on accident. That happens to the best of us.
Hey, as long as his vision's good, still be a great support.
The Krepo School of Support, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, when you have no mechanics, you play support.
Oh man, you're just shutting down the dreams of so many support players out there.
It's a reality check. Good deep vision here for Unicorns. Getting back to the game. This is the one moment where they have to fire back. The bot lane is slowly shifting back. They're controlling right now. The perma push is kind of dying. Also looking down.
Drake now spawns as well, and very different game from game one. Game one was all about the Unicorns. They controlled everything.
Yeah, while H2k control left side, they're not hard committing to that Baron. They're just switching the side of the map. And that's a rookie mistake then if you walk out. I mean, did he put the ward right now? Come on, put the ward. Yeah, puts the ward. And then, he gets baited by the basket on that. You can't do that. You don't have vision there. Because Malzahar ulti actually denies the leap. Like, he popped it, and then he got put back down on the floor. It's like, Chase basically telling him, sit down. Back,
no,
kitty.
sir. I'm gonna need you to try to stand up real quick for me.
Sit the hell down.
Sit down. Right now, the Unicorns of Love, I mean, they're fighting back, and we have to respect that. H2k, there's a few moments where Unicorns of Love still finding ways to shut them down, but they're still playing it slow. They're both still playing it steady, and neither team wants to be first into the pit, though, I think.
Olwana is basing, and he's shouting in the studio. He's probably looking for a teleport above the team here. That would be massive. They're pinging the wards. Got 2 locations, going for the safe one.
H2k moving forward. Vizicachi. Hook doesn't connect.
Oh,
the equalizer. That's Odo. Oh, on the backside as predicted. Massive damage coming in.
Fevivem whiffed his ulti, but does it matter? Will Samix drop?
I don't think it matters at all because Jankos is pushing forward for more. Chachi's left alone and isolated, and H2k locks him up. They're going to knock him down or not.
To Oluwamni. He actually flashes too far. And then the ball snaps back to Fevivem. Ooh. I still didn't see what happened. I'm like, how did the ball end up at Fevivem? Did he not move it forward? I think the biggest mistake of this fight is actually Oluwamni flashing in. If he just walked with Flame Spitter, he had the perfect.
He would have hit 5 members.
Yeah, he was like big barbecue for that party. But even then, that was a beautiful setup. I love it when teams get the right teleport location and the jungler just basically forces people to walk into it. They were like
the
lambs
shepherd
right now.
Well, if you're an H2k fan, we talked about team fighting, and their team fighting's been getting consistently better. Before IEM, there's 1.03 KDA in situations with 4 or more opponents. Coming in post IEM, 2.29, first in the league for team fighting stats when it comes to KDA. And if they want to keep that trend going, they're going to need to take down Unicorns. They've never been able to do that.
You can keep your statistics. I prefer the Magic.
Jay gets caught out, though. That's not a good start. Equalizer goes, and it goes wide. Shockwave comes, but there's no follow-up.
It's late game, baby. This is the Unicorns' turf right now.
Low health members, Chachi. Not even going to focus him down. Going to let him burn that Zillion. Although the Wamne is in trouble. Double bomb onto him. No chance to Zanyas or really get it out in the end. No, goes down.
Still down. Really rough situation. Teleport coming out.
They want to keep the ball rolling. There's a Chachi. That is a fast Nautilus. Oh no, Fevivem, run for your life. It's Nuclear actually who's in trouble. He tries to get a kill back. They are going to find one, but Nuclear set to fall. Samix now moves forward. H2k falling apart at the hands of the Unicorns. That's a triple for Samix. How well they can survive, how well they can adapt, how well they can take down the opposition. Cut through the towers in the final moments. Just look all too grim for H2k. You can hear the fans cheering. Unicorns of Love, they take the 2-0.
Elation on their faces after what an incredible, tough early game. Vizicachi rightfully getting lifted here by Romain.
Spend your time carrying the team, you get to...
Yeah, this is how you can play without a front line, obviously, when you have a guy like Rumble coming in with a 5-man ulti. The flash, obviously, not the best for him, but in the end, he gets a massive ulti down. He deals a ton of damage.
6,454.
AKA a ton of damage, and he wins the fight for his team in this situation. And this was still when it looked good for H2k. Yeah. But instead of also saying that H2k had like poor late game fights, let's just say that Unicorns of Love played some insanely good late game fights.
They did. Their team fighting was really good late game when you look at it like